Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I ran across this today, and I had not seen it. I don't think I've seen this, but Forbes Crypto is actually covering XRP price. XRP price has changed 7.36% in the last 24 hours, and they've actually got an XRP page that they have designated just for XRP, plus 8.45% in 24 hours. That's pretty cool. Okay. Moving along, the Kid was on CNBC. I call Jack Mallers the Kid because he is the Bitcoin representative, as far as I can tell. He's on CNBC trying to cover his butt. Watch this.
Strike is continuing to build out its platform and integrate with providers like Shopify, which was just announced last week. Jack Mallers is joining us now. He is the CEO on Strike. Talk more about the future of crypto, of Bitcoin. First of all, Jack, it's good to see you again. And Bitcoin Miami, not the same without the big splashy announcement this year.
Yo, Kelly, happy inflated transitory Thursday. I'm happy to be back. I missed you.
Well, listen, you guys were the ones responsible for this big splashy announcement a year ago. And now we're in the kind of growing pains phase where you heard Gabe Gotti, down in El Salvador. He was 0 for 2 trying to use Strike.
Yeah, well, Gotti, brother, I think it was misused a little bit. No harm, no foul. Here's what I mean, Kelly, the thesis behind Strike and behind Bitcoin as a superior payments network is the Lightning Network. It's actually the Lightning Network that offers instant free global cash finality.
This is his complicated explanation for why it took that guy 2.5 hours to send Bitcoin yesterday.
And to my knowledge, it unfortunately wasn't used. Strike was on the issuing side of his payments. And unfortunately, on the merchant side, they did not support the Lightning Network. And so it kind of be the equivalent of, I used my Visa card, but I accidentally used ACH bank transfers and it took days. And it's not the same thing. Bitcoin payments traditionally are slow and expensive, and that's what he experienced. And that was what was around 10 years ago. But I think that the growth...
Actually, just about all of my Bitcoin sending experiences have been more like this from yesterday. Well, if I can get this to go, 1 second. Right around...
It's been a little more than 7 months since El Salvador.
This is the first country to take the promise and the dream of Bitcoin and actually turn it into an official currency. These are the ATMs where people load up their phones and they can use Bitcoin to buy everyday things. But how does it work? Hey, we finally got our money 2.5 hours later, $199.01. Not sure where the 99 cents went, but money's on our phone. They got special lines for people paying in Bitcoin. Okay, so we got our groceries, but not because we paid in Bitcoin. They said that their transaction had been canceled. It showed that it had gone through on our account, so we're down about $14. This is the second time we've tried to use Bitcoin with Strike wallet here in El Salvador, and we're 0 for 2.
Yeah, that's been my experience with Bitcoin. Look, XRP has never needed a Lightning Network. That's always been part of what's so absurd about all of this, is that XRP doesn't need a Lightning Network, and these guys are in search of a solution, and we're all supposed to act like we're taking crazy pills here. Like, why do you need a Lightning Network? XRP already does everything Bitcoin does not do. It was designed to do so. And these people are it's like everybody's acting like that isn't the truth, and it is. As I've told you 1,000 times, this entire industry has been built around this proof of work lie, that you can improve upon it somehow when you can. Now, I just want to show you briefly what not to do if you ever get wealthy with crypto, folks. Watch this. I got to hit the refresh button again. Watch. Wrong one. That is the official cool guy showing.
I'm never gonna address nothing. Y'all believe what y'all want to believe. That's a half a ticket right there. I'm really the type that could take 2 years off, because this is really my lifestyle. I do not cap. This is really my lifestyle. This is how I really live. You see, when you go home after rapping, that's your life. This is really my life. I don't address nothing. You hear me? You got one house right here. 2 houses right here.
Man, there are so many things wrong with that video, but I will just tell you, especially you young people out there, don't go on TV bragging about how much money you have. That's never a good thing. It's not a good thing that is going to end well. The official cool guy did let us know that at least 50 Cent keeps his in cold storage. Moving along. This Jim Rickards clip, I believe, is important. Watch this. This is from November 3rd, 2018. I said, do you see XRP XLM gold?
So here's a preview of the future. When I say the future, everything on the slide is already in development or working. So this is not science fiction. This is not something for the 22nd century. It's happening now. Basically, China and Russia are building their own cryptocurrency system. Now, when I say cryptocurrency, don't go out and buy Bitcoin. I don't like Bitcoin. I think it's the worst thing you could do. But the world of cryptocurrencies is not limited to Bitcoin. There are actually over 2,000 cryptocurrencies, some of them quite small. But you could go home tonight with the right software, you could invent your own cryptocurrency called the Icon coin. But the Russia and China are developing their own. What used to be called the blockchain, today people call it the distributed ledger. So this is distributed ledger technology. They're developing their own coin or token. It'll be heavily encrypted, military-grade encryption, with their own pipes, meaning their own kind of private internet. And imagine an economy that looks like the following. So Iran sells oil to China. North Korea sells weapons to Iran. China sells infrastructure to Russia. Russia sells weapons to China. Russians take a vacation in Turkey because it's a pretty country, and so on. So I've just described a whole trading network, and imagine it's all done with this cryptocurrency. So all we do is keep score. And you can keep score with baseball cards, bottle caps. I mean, it doesn't have to be money to keep score. It's just a way of keeping track. Pegged to the SDR, the special drawing right, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Managed through a cryptocurrency system that's encrypted and secure. And then every now and then, once a month, once a quarter, once a year, we look at the chits and we decide who owes what to whom, and we settle up in gold. And we put the gold on a plane, fly it over to the other guy, and there it is. So this is a combination of a 21st cryptocurrency system with a 19th century or 5th century BC, if you like, gold system. You're combining the two, the oldest form of money and the newest form of money. Notice what's missing in everything I just described. No dollars. There's no dollar in that system. The SDR, the cryptocurrency, gold, the ledger, the trading network, all play a role, but there's no dollar in that system. That's what we're...
I've always believed that some combination of XRP and XLM is going to help solve the gold transportability problem. But gold's not going anywhere, folks. Central banks globally have practiced easy money policies for years. The majority of them have been stockpiling gold since the 2008 financial crisis, and the world has never been so indebted. On average, international monetary systems last about 40 years. We're on year 51. This is why I keep telling you, this is why I took on Glint as a sponsor of mine. I'm going to put a link to this at the very top of the description of this video, because Glint is solving a problem for all of us, purchasing power. Just about every week, in fact, I was thinking about doing it today, I shift money into my Glint account and I buy gold. That allows me to have gold in my account, and then I have a Glint debit MasterCard where I can literally spend my gold if I want to in a restaurant, or I could go buy my son a Lego set with my Glint card, and it literally spends grams of gold. And I'm actually going to do that soon and go spend it again and show you guys what I'm doing. But this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in an idea for a company. And these guys, I'm sure, are going to be a household name within months at the most, because what they're doing is so groundbreaking. Now, let's finish this video up. Jeremy Hogan did a video this afternoon, and I want to show you, or this morning, And I want to show you this clip right here.
What he says, quote, now is a
The settlement sweet spot.
for settlement for several reasons. I base my thinking on my experience as a litigation lawyer and nationally accredited mediator, and in my involvement in hundreds of settlements in a different jurisdiction, but I hope the reasoning is sound. After the evidence of both parties has been largely gathered and reviewed by the lawyers, is a prime time to hold serious settlement talks. We are at that point. And then there are the 68 emails and drafts. The SEC is in a mess on this battle, but it still has leverage. Why? Because it can appeal, it can delay, and because Ripple doesn't know what is in the documents or whether they will ultimately obtain them. The SEC does not need to apply on this issue to Judge Torres to gain more leverage. Right now is a good time, not necessarily the best time, to have settlement discussions before it needs to apply to Judge Torres. At the same time, the risk that the SEC will have to hand over the 68 emails and drafts has just dramatically increased with Judge Nipburn's latest decision and SEC's almost hopeless appeal prospects. Ripple has been very quiet the last few days and not commented on the latest decision. I wonder why. I am entertaining the thought that serious settlement talks are already underway. Close quote. That's from my friend, lawyer on Twitter. Give him a follow. He said it, not me.
I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that, what did he just say? What was that last line? Serious settlement talks are all. I am entertaining the thought that serious settlement talks are already underway. That's got to go on the thumbnail. Thanks for listening.